आता खोला ही नहीं है, अच्छा, प्रॉब्लम होगा।
Hello, sir. You have not joined? हाँ जीवांश जी. हेलो.
मुझे छुट्टी होना रहा है।
Good morning, जीवांश sir. Hello. Good morning, जीवांश sir.
Hello. Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. Uh, so
Really sorry, sir. There was some technical glitch, so I just got late due to that.
no problem, no problem. So guest is with us, students. Guest has just arrived because of technical glitch. 5-10 minutes delay is there. No problem. So Jeevansh is alumni of BVMR and he is a very bright student as well as concerned. He has in the topper list of the BVMR, and right now he is working with Fidelity as a manager, and he has also cleared award from the UGC, that is Junior Research Fellowship Award. So I am giving the session to Jeevansh sir. Okay, very welcome, sir. We welcome you to the
Thank you.
BVMR.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Okay, sir, could you please allow me to share my screen because there's some presentation which I need to present?
Just wait, sir. I'm making you presenter. Just wait.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir.
Hey, a very warm welcome to all of you to this morning session on Saturday morning. I would just want to give a brief introduction about me, as sir has already mentioned. So my name is Jeevansh Arora, and I'm currently working with Fidelity International as a financial analyst. I have been a part of BVIMR, and I did my MBA from Bharati Vidyapeeth. Uh, so let's keep it a very dialogue kind of a session. I don't want it just कि सिर्फ मैं ही बोल रहा हूँ. So please be very interactive with me if you have any questions regarding the topic which I'm discussing, or maybe to the college. Please feel free to discuss with me. Okay, so I'm just sharing my screen. Uh, Let me know once it's visible. Is the screen visible?
No, sir.
Not yet. No, sir.
Okay, just a moment.
Uh, I request some of the students switch on your cameras so sir can see your faces. Some students please switch on your camera. Sorry, so that Jivan sir can see your faces. That will be interactive.
Now can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, great. Yeah, as sir has said that please switch on your camera so that at least I can see your faces. Okay, so should I begin with the session?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, okay. The topic of today's this orientation is the importance of ethics in life, and specifically the importance of ethics in students' life. Since each one of us has gone through the student's life, and all the students who are now uh, uh, coming into a newer phase of your life where you are switching from a school kind of an environment to a college environment, and adapting to these changes, the ethics would very help you in the very uh, taking decisions, and also will help you in determining that what decisions are right and wrong for you. So, before I jump on to what I have prepared for as a part of the presentation, would anyone want to share how they perceive ethics as, how they think that, or what is ethics for them?
Moral values.
Okay, right. Anyone else? Just feel free to volunteer yourself, whether it will be right, wrong, hardly matters. At least say, have that courage to say.
Rules that
Sir, the
protect society.
fundamental
Sorry.
principles that we follow in life and considered to be important.
Yeah, okay.
So,
Yeah,
sir, the belief that what is right or wrong or morally acceptable.
okay. Good. Anyone else? Okay. So, very quickly, I'll take up this that as you all have specified it correctly, that ethics are morals, principles, or we could say that these are the moral principles in a combined form which decides or guides our behavior. Ethics can be rules, can be values which guides your behavior in a particular scenario or a situation. So going forward on the presentation, as a part of introduction, ethics is literally can be defined as the moral principles that governs a person's behavior uh, when or behavior when he's in a particular situation or conducting an activity. So, ethics in its very basic form is is a field of study, which is a part of philosophy as a whole subject. So, if we see ethics, ethics has a different connotation in different meanings. So, when we take ethics as a subject, so it is a part of philosophy as a subject, and when we are taking ethics in itself, then we say that these are the moral principles and values which govern our behavior, right? So, uh, going forward, ethics is something which helps us in resolving the questions like what is right, what is wrong, good and evil, justice and crime. So all these things, we judge on the basis of the ethical principles we know or the moral principles we know. So the question is why we are discussing ethics right now. So ethics is not a new concept to, I guess, any one of us. Ethics is something which we are getting or which we are learning since we are born. So uh, our parents guide us that what is right, what is wrong. Then our teachers, then our peer and colleagues in our corporate world, and even wherever you go. So each and every day uh, you are connected with this topic that is called as ethics. So that is why ethics become a very imperative part of your life, and uh, you need to understand why these are very important for you, right? So, any questions relating to this slide?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Okay. So, we come on ethical dilemmas. So, since you are moving from a school kind of a environment and then going into your graduation and a college environment, things are definitely going to change for you. Uh, so, there are a lot of things which you will encounter in your student life that will uh, put you in a dilemma that whether I should go for option A or I should go for option B. So when I attach the word ethical to it, it is called as ethical dilemma. So in an ethical dilemma, if I could define as, so ethical dilemma is kind of an ethical paradox where I need to decide whether I should ethically go for option A or I should ethically go for option B, where both the options has some kind of a correctness and some kind of wrongness in it. So sometimes it happens, and I guess that most of you would agree with me that many a time it happens that you cannot make easy decisions in life. Why? Because there is no kind of a white or black differentiation. There is always a gray part involved in it. So if you go to the market and you say that I want to buy a Lux soap rather than a Nivea soap, so you are pretty much clear in your thinking and thought process that which soap you need to pick. But when you are in a real life situation where you have some kind of an uh, ethical paradox going on, then it becomes very much difficult to uh, judge and to ascertain that which option you should choose. So I have enumerated some kind of an ethical dilemmas on my screen. So these are the very common ethical dilemmas which we take in or we face in our lives, that uh, to take credit of fellow students' work. So sometimes it happens that some other person is making the presentation, and since we are the same group, we tend to take the credit. Missing the lectures to enjoy with friends. So, since this is something which is a new kind of a scenario for you, where you can actually miss your lectures for something which is more important to you. So that is also a part where you will be facing some kind of a dilemma to decide. Then we have an organize an event or attend the lectures. So many a times it happens that you are busy in organizing some kind of an event and you need to miss the lectures. So these kind of dilemmas you'll be facing in life. Uh, I have a small clipping for you all so that it's a bit interesting. Uh, if you hear the sound, just let me know. And in case if not, then also.
No sound, sir.
Is it audible?
No, sir.
Okay. So
No, sir. No, sir.
I guess every one of us is familiar with this scene. In case not, then I can play the whole video. So what's happening over here is when you are, is my screen visible?
No, sir.
Okay, just a moment. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
okay, great. We all have seen this movie Three Idiots. So why I have presented this or included this in my presentation is it clearly defines how ethics are important and how ethical dilemmas you can face. So in the very scene, we see that Farhan and Rancho goes to the dean's office to get the question paper for Raju. So and they promise that they won't see the question paper on their own. It's only for Raju so that he does not get fail in the examination and again go for a suicide kind of a thing. So ethical dilemmas in life happen where you need to take a decision that what is ethically correct for me. I'll take that decision on the basis of the knowledge I have, right? So these are some kind of ethical dilemmas. If any one of you have any question regarding this, let me know. Anyone?
No, sir.
Okay, good. So coming on to the next part, we have the kind of a principle of ethics and process of ethical choice. So it's bit a very kind of a very theoretical kind of topic, but still I try to put in as much as practical examples as possible. So principles of ethics, if we talk about, so five, there are basically five principles of ethics. First is autonomy. So why autonomy? Uh, Autonomy is because when you are taking a decision or maybe an ethical decision, you should be a person who is responsible for taking a decision. Then only you can say that I have made an ethical choice or not. In case someone else is taking a decision on your behalf, then we cannot determine that whether we can determine whether it's ethical or not, but we cannot determine whether the decision you have taken is ethical from your perspective or not, right? So when I have the autonomy to take the decisions, then only I could have that ethics kind of a environment around me, right? Second is honesty. So, as we have been taught since childhood that please be honest, be truthful to yourself and to the society. So, honesty plays a very important role in ethics because when you're honest enough to declare that how you are taking a decision and why you are taking a decision, so people would definitely respect you as a person more. Third is justice. So, would anyone want to, sorry, anyone want to elaborate on this, that why and how justice here means? In general sense, what is justice according to you?
Justice means what is right and what is wrong is wrong.
Okay, good. Anyone else? Okay, so as
And
exactly said,
as
yeah,
decision
sure.
is all can also be called justice.
Sorry, can you please repeat?
Making an unbiased decision can also be called justice.
Okay, great. So, as very rightly said by, can I have your name, please?
Sir Sahil Joshi.
Okay. So, as very clearly and aptly said by Sahil, that justice is something when we are taking unbiased decisions and when we are saying that what is right and what is wrong is wrong. So, a principle of ethics talks about that when you are in a condition or in a state to determine that whether a thing is right or wrong, and you are saying it as right and wrong, in that particular scenario, you are ethical in your behavior, right? Going forward, fidelity. Fidelity here means that the integrity with which you take the decisions. So when you are responsible enough, you are capable enough to take the responsibility of your decisions. In that particular scenario, we say that yes, this person is ethical in nature. Last one is no discrimination. So no discrimination and justice are kind of a parallel concepts. So when we are saying that no one is oppressed and we are saying that what is right and what is wrong, and there shouldn't be any discrimination on the basis of any basis, be it caste, creed, anything. So that is called as no discrimination. So these are the five principles which tells us the basic of ethics, right? On the right hand side of the slide, we could see the process of ethical choice. So in the last slide, we talked about what ethical dilemmas are. So one would say that how to make a choice, that whether I should go for option A or option B. So the very first step is identify the ethical problem. So you have already identified the problem, that I have the problem that I need to make a choice between option A and option B. Let's pick an example here. So suppose you are in the ethical dilemma that whether I should miss the lecture and go for organizing an event, right? So this is kind of an ethical dilemma which you all must face in your college life. So the very first step is you have already identified the problem. You need to collect the information. So what kind of information you collect in this case is that whether if you are bunking a lecture or missing a lecture just to go to organize an event, in that particular scenario, whether you will be able to cope up with the things which are being studied in the classroom, or whether you will be able to get the notes from your friends, or whether you know the concept already. So that is the process part of collection of information. Then you will state the options, that what all options I have, whether you could stay in the class, or you could stay in the class and leave 5 minutes or 10 minutes early, or maybe you could go for an event and tell your teacher that I have to organize this event. So maybe uh, you can have a kind of a small session with your teacher afterwards. So these are some of your options which you could always take into consideration. Then we have uh, apply ethical principles to the options. So once you have your options around you, you should see that which one is ethically correct. Maybe it at that point of time, you are, suppose you have an event tomorrow and you could not uh, miss that organizing part, so that will be ethically correct at that particular time. Then you need to make the decision and implement decision. So you made the decision that okay, I have an event tomorrow and I am required that, so I'll take the decision that I'll miss the class to organize the event. Correct? So any questions on this slide? Any
No,
questions?
sir. No, sir,
Okay,
not really.
okay.
No, sir.
So we come on to the importance of ethics, why we want ethics in life. So from a personal experience, I would want to share that ethics is something which takes you to heights. So currently, why I am giving a session to you is because I always tried and always uh, been a kind of a student who always tried to be ethically correct. So when you are ethically correct, you definitely reach heights in your life. So coming on to the presentation, we have some five highlighted points over here. So when you are ethical in your life, you have a kind of improved decision making power. Why I would say that? Because whenever you take a decision, you see it from the perspective of the society and the perspective of whether it will be uh, right or wrong if someone else is doing that in front of you. So it helps in making a very correct and right choice in your life. Second is long term gains. So how many of you are from business family? I guess we have some students who are from business families, right? So
Yes,
how?
sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
good. So how businesses are working? Businesses are working on the basis of the long-term relationship which they have with their customers, with their suppliers, with their stakeholders, right? So when you have a very long-term relationship with them, then only you can have long-term gains materially, that is in terms of monetary benefits, as well as in terms of the relationship which you build with your customers and suppliers. So when you are ethically correct and you take into consideration the interest of all the people or the stakeholders which are connected with you. So you tend to have long-term gains in life or in business scenario, right? Coming on to the next part is credibility. So how you judge a person that whether he's credible enough or not. So credibility depends upon how ethically he behaves when he is with you, or maybe how ethically the person is acting when he's in an ethical dilemma. So the more ethically you behave, the more credible you become, because people would see you as a person who's always taking decisions which are correct from a different or a separate point of view, right? The last 2 points is empathy and responsibility towards the society. So, empathy and responsibility towards the society are two concepts which always go hand in hand. Empathy is something when I'm considerate enough, or I could feel what the other person has to, what the other person is feeling, or it's kind of a like stepping into the shoes of some other person and realizing that what that person is onto. So, empathy and responsibility towards the society are two very important concepts, because uh, when you are empathetic enough, when you know that what the other person has to say and what other person has to or is feeling, uh, then only you can take a decision which is ethically correct. And when you take into consideration the society as a whole, then you take the most appropriate ethical decision, because when you are taking a decision which is uh, correct from a societal point of view, then you know that each one of person or every person in the society will be benefited from it. So you are empathizing with them as well as you are taking care of the society. Correct? Okay. So this brings me to the very last part of our session, that is question and answer round. I would urge you all to ask any kind of questions which you want, be it related to corporate, be related to MBA or Bharatiya Vidyapeeth or this topic, any question which you want me to answer for you. Anyone? Just please feel free
How
to
was
ask
your
any
experience
question.
doing MBA at Bharatiya Vidyapeeth?
Okay, okay, okay. So, experience at Bharatiya Vidyapeeth in MBA was really good. Why I would say that, because Bharatiya Vidyapeeth is an organization which always, uh, as you must be, I guess your classes haven't started right now, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, sir.
So, when Bharatiya Vidyapeeth is an organization which I feel that now being a part of a corporate which always focuses on your basic concepts a lot. So, uh, this is a very real life example I want to share. I was in my office just a few months back when we were going there. So there was kind of a meeting going on, and some senior person was talking about a concept which around 90% of the people in the room were not aware of. But I was one of the few persons who knew what the concept the senior person is talking about, because that was being taught to me in my MBA. So, Bharatiya Vidyapeeth focuses a lot on your conceptual and your basic knowledge, so that you can use it and apply it practically in your life. And yeah, since you are just beginning your graduation phase and you are just beginning your a college life, so one thing I would just say that be very active in taking part in the co-curricular activities also. uh, when you are studying, give your 100%, but when you are in co-curricular activities, please give your 100% there also. So there will be events like the annual event which we have is Renaissance. We celebrate Ozone Day, and we celebrate Teachers Day as well. So there's kind of a even though I know that you people can't go to college at in this situation, in the pandemic situation, but you get a lot to learn from these events because you know how to interact with people, how to be confident enough to deal with people, and that gives you a very much very amazing exposure. So my experience as Bharati Vidyapeeth was very good, and since Bharati Vidyapeeth is a very known brand name in industry also, and as well as in educational field also. So yeah, my experience was pretty much great here. Anything else? Any other question? Anything related to corporate life, or maybe your career aspirations, what to do after BBA, or anything?
How your corporate life was?
Sir, how's the campus life in BVP?
Campus life. Okay. So campus life is, I would say that campus life is really good if you could uh, make the best out of it, then you definitely can. Because what happens is you have generally classes and you have, I guess, two breaks in between. So you have the freedom to go and enjoy at the canteen area, and after 5 also you can just stay in the canteen area till 7 o'clock in the evening, and you could just chill around with people. But yes, do whatever you want to do with discipline. But yes, campus life is really good here, and definitely I'm missing my campus life at BVV.
Okay,
So
sir,
what
thank
made you to what made you to do MBA from Bharati Vidyapeeth and not any other organization or any other college?
Okay, a very good question. So, so first of all, whenever you are selecting a college for MBA, there are two criterias which you need to always keep in mind. One is that the brand name or the brand value which you are getting. The second is uh, the ROI which you are getting. ROI is return on investment. So when you are doing an MBA, you always have this thing in your mind that the fees which you are paying, whether you will be able to recover it in a year or two. So sorry, okay, uh, yeah, in a year or two. So what happens is, first of all, I did not get, to be very honest, I did not get very good percentile in CAT, so I could go to any top-notch college. Uh, Second thing is that yes, I did got an offer from Narsi Monji, Bangalore, but due to some personal issues, I couldn't go out of the city, so out of Delhi. So in Delhi, if you could see, so there are a variety of colleges which are under IP universities tag, and there are a variety of colleges which are even now working as private institutions. But when you compare both these parts, Bharatiya Vidyapeeth is a 50-year-old organization. It has a very good reliability as well as credibility. Then it's a well-known brand, and then you take on the part of that ROI, that the fees you have and the packages they are offering. So on the basis of that, if you could judge, then I would suggest that Bharatiya Vidyapeeth was is a very good option to consider if you want to stay in Delhi. So particularly for that. Any more questions? Anything else to discuss?
Yes, I wanted to ask one question.
Yeah,
So how are these sports facilities in the college?
sports facilities.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So, yeah, for sports facilities, we have a sports room there. We have a table tennis room where you could practice table tennis. We also organize by in Bharatiya Vidyapeeth a 3 day event, a sporting event where you have a lot of events going on like tug of war, cricket matches, volleyball matches. So if you want to, I'm not pretty much sure because I wasn't a part of any kind of a sporting event. But yes, I have organized it, so I know that we have all these kinds of events going on. But yeah, if you want to pursue it on the basis of means if you are an state level or a national level player, then I'm not sure that whether those kind of facilities are available. But yeah, if you want to just kind of have sports and all, so yes, you can play basketball also. There's a basketball court, so you could just get the basketball issued from the sports room and you could play with your friends. So yeah, you have sports facilities also.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. So anything else anyone want to ask me? Just feel free to ask whatever you want because you're new to the organization, new to the college, and the most challenging thing for you all is that you people are not even going to the college. So that even makes you very kind of a so when you were in school, so you used to go to the classroom and interact with your friends, and maybe even if you are new to a particular classroom, you go and interact with people. But on an online mode, it becomes a bit of a challenge there. So yeah, I would also recommend that interact as much as possible with each other, make connections, and build your network so that you have a kind of a group or kind of a group of people who you could rely on.
So, can you give the idea of applying ethics in the corporate world?
Ethics in corporate world. Okay, okay, great. A very good question. How would I see this as? So I'm working in Fidelity, Fidelity International. So each and every organization has their ethics policy, right? So there are specific rules and regulations which I need to follow in order to uh, achieve or to complete, or I would say that in order to come up to the mark of those rules and regulations or the ethics policy they have made. So different organizations have different ethics policies. So suppose, just to give an example, my organization has a gifts and entertainment ethics policy. So what it says that I cannot accept kind of gifts from my co-employees or colleagues, which is more than suppose 2,500 rupees in cost, or cumulatively, which is more than 2,500 rupees in cost. So these are some kind of ethics policies which are in corporate world. To add one more is since Fidelity is in financial services like mutual funds and platforms and pension funds. So the employees of the organization have to disclose their trading accounts. Trading accounts I'm talking about is their demat account. That is how much trading you are doing in shares, in stock, in stock marketing, mutual funds, so that we don't hamper the interest of clients. So since we are sitting in an organization which is taking decisions, running mutual funds and taking decisions on the behalf of the customers, so we are also obliged to disclose this, that we are not utilizing that knowledge to have our gain and make the customers discriminated against it.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Welcome.
Sir, could you please tell me what should we wear at the campus, formal or informal?
Okay, so about the uniform criteria, I would say that maybe you will be briefed more about it. But for in campus, uh, we have, I guess, on Friday, the college at my when I was in MBA, so they allowed on Friday smart casuals, which involved polo neck t-shirts and normal denims for boys, and for girls anything which is like kurti and all, which are smart casuals. So why I would say that this, and on normal days and on weekdays you have to wear casual formals, and why I would say that this is required because you people uh, are starting your career or maybe your college phase, and if you are disciplined enough from right now, then when you go into corporate world you won't face any problem wearing a shirt or a coat or a blazer over it, right? So many a times it happens that I have a meeting with my stakeholders, and what I did was in office that I took a tie with me, because I was wearing a shirt and denims, because my organization doesn't uh, have some rigid policies related to formal and informal. But yes, when you are in a meeting and you have to talk to a stakeholder who's much higher in age as well as in experience to you. So when you are wearing something formal, it creates a very positive impact on that person, that yes, you are serious about whatever you are doing. So in BVP, the teachers are inculcating the sense that why you should wear uh, the formal clothes. So it's not kind of a burden that why we are wearing it, but see it from a perspective that they are preparing you for a better tomorrow.
Sir, did you do your bachelor's degree from Bharati Vidyapeeth itself?
No. So I would just give you a small background about me. I did my graduation in BCom honors from Delhi University, Deen Dayal Upadhyay College. Then I did my master's from University of Delhi, that is MCom, from School of Open Learning, since I was working in Airtel at that point of time as finance executive. So I was taking up MCom also, and I was doing my job. Then I took a break from my job, and then I was preparing for the MBA exams, and then I landed up in BVP for my MBA.
Okay, okay, sir.
Yeah. So any more questions regarding your college life, or how you should see your college life as, and what you should do? I know that each
No,
one of
sir.
I know that each one of us has a different perspective. So a very small suggestion which I want you to give is, because since maybe after BBA, some of you would be going on for MBA, some would be going on for their jobs directly after graduation, and some would be joining their family business, or starting something of their own, like a startup kind of a thing. So I would just like to suggest you all that explore as much as you can. Uh, why I would say that? Because you never know what your hidden talents are. You never know what could just click and you are just an overnight success. So keep these things in mind whenever you are in class, or just in your campus, or in even in that college time frame or the classes which you have. So keep these things in mind. Explore as much as you can. Don't don't limit yourself in any way, and enjoy your life. This graduation life is very kind of a important in the sense that it helps you in getting a good job also, and it will help you in developing a lot of connections and networks. So enjoy the life, enjoy your college life as much as you can, study hard as much as you can, and be a very active kind of a person in the events which are going on in the college, as well as take part in inter college events also. So there are a lot of websites which publish online events. I would, if I remember correctly, so there's a website called as Dare to Compete. So there you get a lot of competitions which are going on in other colleges across India. So you could go there and participate in those competitions, and that will definitely give you an edge over the other students or the other uh, fellow members in your college. Okay, so thank you so much for this session, and thanks for being a very patient audience.
What's up?
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Jeevansh, for interactive session. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.